But it's all about the main event for the featherweight championship of the world. Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega was a fight that built. Once you get to the third round, excuse me, this is absolutely the fight of the year. This fight turns from a relatively ho-hum kind of fight between these two. Nobody really gaining a true edge. It was a stick and move for a lot of it. Nothing really flashy. I think Volkanovski had a clear edge in round one. In my card, I had him winning 50-44. We'll get to that in a minute. I had him winning there. But then Ortega started to really use his reach advantage in the third round to where Volk couldn't get a whole lot of big shots to get the win. And Ortega got a few shots in. Ortega at one point had a busted nose after a head crash. And this is getting closer to the championship rounds. Then Ortega landed a big punch, immediately went for the guillotine. Shades of Roman Reigns. Somehow, Volkanovski looked to be dead in the water. But he fights back, gets out of the hold, and just wailed on him. Got on top and took over. Ortega got a triangle choke locked in. Volk got out of that and rallied to end the third round. It was really taking over the contest. That was the moment where it went from a 10-9 to a 10-8. Because if he hadn't gotten out of it for about 2 or 3 more seconds, he would have lost. The referee would have called it. There's no way he was going to last much longer in that submission hold. Because that guillotine was locked in like a son of a gun. This was without a doubt the round of the year in the UFC. We had a good takedown attempt by Ortega, and he tried for another guillotine, but Volk got out of that one pretty damn quickly. And Ortega tried to lock in a triangle, nothing doing. Ortega's done for. He needed to call this one at the end of the round, but Ortega, a lot like Zach Morris, was saved by the bell. Somehow Ortega can see. I don't believe it. Dude's going into the 5th round looking like Rocky Balboa, and he's rallying back. This is the moment where I was like, okay, I'm giving 10-9 to Ortega for this one, because he was just absolutely bringing the punch. He was down big on the scorecards, but I still had to give him that. I had to give him at least one round. That's kind of where I landed on that. And Ortega probably had a chance because Volkanovski slipped up for a moment, and they went to the limit. Couple big strikes as time expired from Ortega, and I can't think of any more fights in the UFC this year that are booked so far. I know we are potentially getting Dustin Poirier in December, but I think there's no match better than what we saw at UFC 266 with Volkanovski and Ortega. And Volkanovski won by unanimous decision, 49-46, 50-46, 50-44. So you damn near had a split decision. Very close to it. For me, 50-44 was what I had on the card because I think Volkanovski won all the rounds. I think he took over a lot of those. And I felt like I wanted to give Ortega 10-9, but you saw Volkanovski take over at the end. I gave him 10-9. So he won all 5 rounds, but you give a ton, and I mean a ton of credit to somebody like what we saw from Ortega. Because nobody can take that kind of punishment and keep moving forward like he did. So I got to give him all the respect in the world. 50-44 was where my final card landed. This was, again, without a doubt, the fight of the year.